Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. Welcome back, everybody. So we got some data coming out next week. On Wednesday, we do have CPI coming out, and then Thursday PPI, and also we got some earnings coming out. And top of that, guys, there's a huge massive monster expected move for the market. So market is going to move next week, and that is again, day traders dream market where you can make a lot of money if you can catch a big move to the downside or to the upside, as long as you're on the right side of the trade. Now, with that being said, Nvidia stock was up Friday almost 2%, and we got a strong bounce off of this 107, and now it's trading almost 112 113 112.69. So Nvidia, your key line in the sand going into next week will be down here at 107. As long as we're over that, we might see a push back up to 118. 118 breaks, then this thing can move higher, possibly up to 126. But if this thing does not hold at 107, the next stop will be right down here at $96. On Apple stock, it was up 1.59%. So market was pretty much selling off, and Apple was actually green on Friday. So that is giving us a hope where this thing can possibly hold up the market next week. But if this thing also comes down, that is going to be the worst nightmare for the bulls next week. Now, with that being said, guys, we're actually holding over 237. And if you look at my screen, got a rejection right here at 239.46. And why? You got 50-day and 20-day moving average sitting right there. So this thing gets over, I would say 240. In that case, we might see a move up to possibly 247 to 250. But Apple breaks under 237. It's going to put a lot more pressure on overall stock market, and this thing can come down easily back down to 230, 227, and maybe even 220. On AMD, it was up 1.48%. So AMD is still not finding a ground here. And you can see, I mean, if this, downtrend does not break, we get a couple more candles. This can turn into another bear flag if this thing pushes higher to 104 to 107. That could be another bear flag that's going to break down, and this thing will come down once again, just like it did many times. You can see right here, bear flag, bear flag, bear flag, another one right here, and now we're breaking down and possibly turning into another bear flag if this thing pushes higher up to 104 to 107, these two moving averages. So going into Monday's session, 100-year key line in the sand, the next level 95, and then 93. If this thing can stay over 100, we might see a push up to 104.28 up to 107 to retest 20-day moving average, and over that you're going to see a push up to 110 on AMD. And here's my X account. And if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. Now, quickly, I want to share some trade ideas right here. Swing trade ideas right here on LMT that we took a couple weeks back. And it's been on a monster run to the upside. I think it's trading at 476. That's where we got out completely. Huge move to the upside. SC only held for like 2-3 days and pretty much going in the money on Friday. Both plays, these were big winners. They paid, and this one was a little bit underwater and still came back up, and huge winner right here on LMT. And you can see SC also going in the money on Friday. So if you're somebody who's really serious about trading and you want to do this, you want to learn, definitely check out my link down below in the description for Patreon. I also have it right here on my X page right on top, you can see. But again, guys, looking for only serious people that are actually looking to trade, looking to learn, and if you go for that annual membership, that is the great way to start, and you can save money on that annual membership also. And people that are looking to just, go in for like couple days, 1 week, 2 week, go in for 1 month, and think that everything is going to change. That's not, how things work. You can see some of these trades are, yes, overnight. If things is actually happening for you overnight, you can take profit. But some trades you got to hold on, a month and a half. And if you're going in for 1 month, it's not going to work out for you, and then you're going to be really disappointed. So I'm not looking for people that are actually window shopping. Definitely only serious people that are actually looking to trade and looking to become an entrepreneur later on, or even right now. And this is what they do: they breathe, they eat, and they sleep stock market. On Meta, it was down 0.36%. But what happened here on Meta, guys? I mean, huge, huge move to the downside from 740 down to flat 600. And you can see this level actually held. This thing came back up and now trading at 625 over that. So going into Monday session, 614 right here, that's going to be a key line in the sand. Below that 600, as long as Meta is over 614, we might see a push up to right here, this high 632, 638, and maybe even retest 50-day moving average 654. But as of right now, guys, Meta, the downtrend just starting. Unless there is a big catalyst, something happens, we can set up a lower high somewhere here, and then this thing can continue to the downside. And below 600, I mean, this thing can go down significantly. So watch out if you're buying those dips on Meta. It's not the right time until the downtrend actually breaks and this thing goes back up to the upside once again. On Microsoft, it was down 0.90%, so down almost 1%, and Microsoft came back all the way down to lower Bollinger Band. Once again, right here you can see 386 got a bounce, strong bounce off of that level, and now it's trading slightly over 393. So Microsoft here got a lot of work to do. We did not take out this low down here. If that's out, guys, this thing can also go down in a big way. So you don't like to see Microsoft breaking down below this 380 level. If that gives up, there is going to be ton more downside here on Microsoft, and market is not going to like that, and market not going to actually stay up. If this thing is going down and then Apple joins the party to the downside, it's going to be a nightmare for the market. Now Microsoft can stay over, I would say 390 to 393. We might see a push back up to 400 once again, and this is where it's got to break. If this thing goes over these two candles, which is just over 400, I would like to see it over not only 400, 403.48. If that happens next week, Microsoft can actually make a move and gets over these levels. You're going to see a quick trip all the way up to 413, and that is where this gap comes into play. That bottom is in, and Microsoft heading higher. But we all know that Microsoft, we do not have a bull trend here. You can see all these moving averages are negative, sloping to the downside. So we don't have any catalyst, we don't have any bull trend. This thing can get a rejection from these moving averages right here. So watch out. I mean, we're not out of the woods yet. I was getting really nice hope with this massive bullish engulfing candle, but you can see we actually got no follow through. We got some follow through, but huge rejection right here at 400. So it needs to get over 400. But from my point of view, not only 400, this 20-day, we need to get over this 20-day 403.48, and then game on, this thing going back up. Until that happens, it's in a strong downtrend here, and 390, 393 does not hold. It's coming back right down to 384, where the lower Bollinger Band also sitting at 386, and below that we might be retesting these lows down here at 380 once again here on Microsoft. On Amazon, stock is down 0.72%, and Amazon came in almost closing some of that gap right here at 190, came down to 192 and went back up, and now just under 200. So Amazon also not looking good. The trend is down. All these moving averages are pointing down, so that is not a good looking chart right here on Amazon. Any bounce here to the upside will get shorted if this thing does not get a significant bounce in next week or so. So now there will be resistance at 200, 203.43. Over that, we might see a push up to 212. And that's going to be really hard for Amazon to do that, pull that off next week, unless we get some really good CPI numbers and then PPI. Now to the downside, well, we got unfinished business down here, and that's going to be a strong support to watch if this thing wants to come down more, all the way down to 190 and then 184. On Google, stock it's up 0.88%. So Google actually looking good here. And you can see we're trying to actually get over 176. Again, got a rejection on Friday. But this breakout so far, this downtrend breakout holding, and we did not take out this low down here. That is the good news for the bulls. But again, we're not completely out of the woods yet until we get over 176. That holds right here on Google, and this thing pushes higher up to this gap 181 and stays over that. That's going to be your confirmation that it's heading higher. Now we can set up a lower high here, and this thing does not get over 176, comes back and takes out 173. You will see a dump off down to 170 and then 165 to close this gap right here on Google. On Tesla stock is absolutely flat on Friday, and look at the move this thing made all the way down to $250, closing that gap. And who knows, we might be closing this gap with that massive expected move on everything this week. This gap at 218. Now Tesla also getting extremely oversold. So this is not something. Even if it's going down here, at least I would not short this. Because if there is a rally, a counter trend rally that is coming in the market and here on Tesla, guess what? Shorting here, it's going to be suicidal. So, smart people, smart traders, people that are trading for a long time, I would short it if this thing bounces back up to like what, 360 plus, maybe even 330, but there is no significant bounce. So, shorting this is just, I just don't feel comfortable doing something like this. But there are people, they go and short, even though things are looking really oversold to the downside. So, Tesla here, guys, the next big support to watch here, we did hold this 258 level on Friday. That's going to be a key line in the sand. If this thing pushes higher, there will be resistance at 271 and then 280 to 300. To the downside, below 258, next big support will be down here at 240, and then this gap comes into play right here at 218.72 on Tesla. So Netflix again going down. I mean, look at this move, guys. Not only we did close this gap, now this thing pushed all the way down to 858 from 1064. And that's how quickly, things can change. And that's why I'm always against chasing and shorting at the bottom. You cannot do that. Especially you cannot buy here and you cannot short, something like Tesla when things are getting oversold and it's been selling off for multiple days. And look at what happened here. If we chased it, I mean, this thing got absolutely destroyed. 858, almost down to 842. It was getting far too outside the Bollinger Band. We got that initial bounce, but it's not over 904. So going into Monday session, 900 to 904, these are going to be levels to watch if this thing is going to make a move back up to the upside. And over that, watch out for 936. This is where I would look to short if this thing gets a bounce at 936. Now, to the downside, the next big level of support, 842, and then it might come down to 773. But I think you're going to see a little bit of bounce before going down more right here on Netflix. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. And please don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new here, subscribe and share the video with others so everybody can see it. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll definitely keep you updated Monday night.